Yes.
Hello? Yes. Okay. Getting everything set up correctly now. We should be live. We're cool. Okay. Hello, everyone. There we go. We are ready. Hello, everybody. Okay. Welcome back to another game of the Chosen Tournament. This way, today we got Cool versus J00r or J00r. I don't know how it's called. Remember, as Jen is saying, this is a best of 5. We're doing one restart within 2 minutes, and only legions and towers are allowed. So, with that being said, let's all ready up real quick. And good luck, have fun for everyone, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
We're waiting on J00r or J00r. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Attack them now.
check them now, everybody. Okay, we are starting.
Start the game already.
There we go. We are live with the Chosen War. This is VnsCool versus J00r or J00r. And starting off, we've got on the left side, we got J00r and Cool on the bottom right side, I'd say at 4. Between 4 and 9 for each player. Everyone started with the usual 4 TC stuff. The first barracks already coming up from the side of Cool. Taking a look at the map, we can see Cool is kind of closed off, which it's sometimes good, but he has to get out in this place in order to get some barracks in his place, because getting to Crumb is gonna get in the way of the pathfinding of the legions. On the other hand, we see that J00r has a very nice map. Very nice map indeed. He has all his golds and stone pretty exposed and pretty close. On the other hand, well, Cool has more golds, but he has them more further away and more spread out. The stones are also very spread out. He doesn't have any easy access to the stones. So yeah, I'll say this map favors J00r's big time. We can see both players getting their barracks going out. The first legion coming from the side of J00r already on the barracks of Cool. And getting some nice hits on this part, getting some towers set up as well. J00r not focusing the villagers, getting the units, the tower, and the first towers are up, and the Legion war is starting right now. So getting plenty of units right now. Cool seems to have a favor because of but he's playing in his land, so it's much more safer. Makes sense. J00r already coming with plenty more legions though. 2 towers here is not gonna be nearly enough to stop this base. Exactly, he has better gold and stone, more gold and stone, but harder to access it, so it's one thing for the other. And right now, the war is being focused on the middle side. Some towers coming up in J00r in defense, spreading out all the way to the right side. Pretty nice forest going on in there. The legions focusing on this part, starting up to clean up the forest and the barracks quite nicely in this part. Throwing more to the top, both players little by little going up and up. You can see the lion getting in on the fight as well, trying to get a kill on the villagers. Almost got it. Some towers being spread out little by little, and barracks as well coming from the side of yellow. Cool getting more terrain, and the map looks more in favor of Cool right now, but I think J00r has more presence on army by the looks of it. all this part completely alone because cannot be reached by Cool at all. So right now it seems the battle has been started in the mid. I love when you see the Lions getting into a fight. He did try to get into a fight, but he paid the price, unfortunately. But for now, a forest of towers being placed up in this part as well, in the side of Cool. So this heal is placing a heal, so it's very important. Gonna help him out get a lot of damage to these powerful legions. The spread has come down, kind of getting more terrain on this side. J00r still spreading up to the top with much more barracks. The resources looking 112 from Cool against 143 from J00r. So J00r getting much more units going on his side. Getting some nice defense going on the bottom of his base as well. Cool trying to get a surprise attack and try to spread out as well. It seems he's gonna try to get something in this side. He's not gonna get anything, but we can see some towers. Oh, a single villager putting some towers in this little hill. It's a very powerful hill, but it's gonna take some time for this villager to get a very nice forest up. On the other hand, in this part, we see this side is favoring Cool big time. It's looking that the towers are doing a very nice job cleaning up the legions of J00r in this side. On this part, we see it's kind of a balanced battle. The forest is getting tighter for the side of Cool, but the legions from J00r are pushing out from all the way around in this part. So it's one thing for the other. You can see the farms are starting to come out from both players, so they're starting to get their economy going up. J00r 150 population against 150 population, so the population has balance from both sides. Right now, J00r is losing this battle on the top, but on the bottom he seems to be winning it. So he's trading. Hey, Hams. He's trading the area little by little. This area is gonna be very crucial later on because once the resources start to get out, those 2 stone mines and 3 golds are in there. So Cool has no way in accessing those parts unless he wins it, and he seems he started winning it. He has plenty of legions in here as well. So 155 against 160. Cool starting to get the upper hand little by little, getting into the economy. The villagers are gonna be in very dangerous situation. They're gonna start killed off little by little. J00r doesn't seem to have noticed just yet. This is gonna be some nice picks from the side of Cool. More legions coming from the side of Cool on this the top side. J00r struggling with the food. 1000 in the bank, but not producing any units alone in his barracks. On the other hand, Cool 41 on food and still producing only villagers though. Finally, J00r starts to make some more units to protect his base. He's starting to lose the terrain little by little on all the area. Cool finally claims this part of the bottom. Gonna be a very important part. A little forest is gonna be, but these legions are gonna clear this out very quickly, especially because they're in the upper hill. So this is not gonna get any value at all, unfortunately. From this side, we see more units coming from the side of Cool. J00r losing his presence on the map. I don't see that many legions anymore from the side of J00r. 140 population against 166. So population starting little by little to favor Cool big time. Cool just massing his units in his base. Safely but surely. This is going to be GG soon. It might be. Let's see if J00r is going to be able to pull something out. There is a lot of area to cover around here. He could try to go around here, but there's already plenty of legions trying to get this. J00r trying to get the forest, trying to push this side. This forest is a very small one with a good amount of legions. He can easily take this out. However, he seems to not be focused on the fire right now. The legions on the bottom side are already getting too big for him as well. So the army for the side of J00r is being pressured from all sides, not being able to get any openings on the enemy. Cool only had one opening, and that's all he needed to get the advantage on the game. So right now, these battles are losing battles, unfortunately. The legions in blue are nothing near enough. Trying to get a forest to defend, to get some terrain, but he needs a lot more villagers on the work on that part because he is getting... The villagers are getting through. The legions are getting through from Cool. And on the bottom side as well, the legions are not being able to push through. Right now, the defense, little by little from J00r, holding his ground with 100 population. 150 population, but 210 population from Cool. Cool is getting way too big for J00r to handle. So a nice forest of towers trying to stop this land, but not gonna be nearly enough. More legions are gonna be coming in on this side. And right now, the top side seems that it's gonna be lost as well for the side of Cool. But it seems that right now, J00r has no more legions. We can see the queue is coming up, but the legions, the units are not showing up in here. There is a good amount in the bottom, but this amount is for defense, unfortunately. He's not gonna get any offensive going on right now, and he still has to deal with the top side. The forest on the top side is being cleared out. The amount of legions is insane, and there are no more legions from J00r to defend. So unfortunately, I think this is gonna be a GG situation. I think J00r still has enough economy in his base, but Cool is taking everything he found. He's gonna find all the stones that he couldn't access. The coals are still here. So in the late game, Cool is gonna have a massive advantage. But right now, we might not even reach the late game because Cool is just pushing through too hard on all sides, swarming into the farms again, getting some nice kills on the villagers, just disappearing from existence. And more towers are gonna go fall down. The legions are getting too big. More barracks coming in the face of J00r. So just gonna keep his terrain going. Almost 3/4 of the map is it's property of Cool right now. I don't think there is any way for J00r to come back from this. Could have both killed from both goals easy. Yeah, this was a very crucial position. This was all of this blocked for Cool at the beginning, so it was gonna be a nice game. If he had obtained this with some more towers, probably here, it would have been a nice position for him. But unfortunately, he did not capitalize enough. At least taking the stone would have been a lot of useful defense. Right now, J00r is out of stone, by the way. Speaking of stone, on the other hand, Cool has no problem with any resource, actually. You can see the count, 150 against 210. So J00r keeps his ground, but Cool is actually not being able to grow up anymore, but probably gonna try to save his base, try to get more and more units until he can do like a definitive push and just win the game. But right now, this top part is no longer property of J00r anymore. It's being completely cleaned out. So right now, nothing to do in this part anymore. Legions trying to push on the top side as well. Again, here comes another battle. These legions trying to use a surprise attack and failing miserably. But right now, a little bit of peace on the bottom side. In the middle side, a big number of legions. And on top side, on top side, Cool trying to get into the top side as well. Very nice play from J00r. It might be a good move from his side. The villagers have been moved away though, but there might be something to do in here. More barracks trying to position and trying to get some defense. Very nice engagement though in here. Is doing an attack move in there just to get some nice kills on the villagers. But the barracks are already up from the side of Cool. So another little hole in here. These legions are just playing Pac-Man, getting little by little, side by side. Getting the houses might even be a good move from his side. Getting so that he's already pop cap and he's almost pop cap. So getting the houses might be a good move. The J00r legions getting through all the places. Some legions from Cool coming to support and claim this attack, but they're gonna be able to do it. So it's gonna be a good distraction. On this side, we can see J00r's trying to push back in this part on the top. Seems that it might be useful from his side. 180 population. He caught up a little bit on the pop count, so he's trying to move out. The bottom arm is still just idle, but J00r moving out on every possible direction, trying to get much damage, capitalizing on this little distraction. 170 moves against 130. So catching on little by little, retreating in the situation, seeing that he's not gonna get anywhere anytime soon. Right now, not gonna be able to do any more. Commander, thank you for the follow. I didn't notice. And Hamza, I just noticed the follows. So it seems right now it's gonna be a tough situation. Cool, he needs to pull back his unit. J00r is losing a losing battle in here. Too many towers are getting too much free damage. The heal doing an excellent job killing off these legions little by little. Nice pull coming from the side. Cool pushing through on the bottom side. Very big army. Some barracks in defense, but there's still an opening. And it seems the economy of Cure is very in danger. Getting through the house, just wiping that from existence, trying to get through and just not caring anymore, it seems. Just gonna get in. He wants to get into George's house and he is gonna do all about it. The villagers being pulled away from the farms, moving to the cold. But the pressure coming from all sides, and George calls the first GG. And Cool takes the first point. So that's the first point for Cool. Very nice game. Very nice game from Cool and Jur. Jur had a very nice map. I thought he was gonna have it for this one, but seems Cool was able to come back from the start. If he had not lost probably this bottom part, all this would have been a free area for Jur at the beginning. He could have done a lot of eco here. And it would have been 2 free stone mines for his sides. Jur had perfect map and managed to F it up. It's hard, bro, man. It's hard. He probably didn't thought as much. He felt a lot of pressure, probably. And he was not able to get a lot going. But let's see how we go in the next one. We're going to game 2.
I'm in danger.
Dangerous situation indeed. It was a very dangerous for poor Jur. Poor Jur, yes. BG, bad game? Why? It was a good game. You're noob? Nah, he was able to hold his ground a good amount of time, so I don't think he was that. He didn't play that bad. However, he did miss that area on the bottom side. I think it would have been a crucial part. Classic mode is better. Well, I don't think there's a way to play classic mode on multiplayer, so. Well, maybe with mods. But who knows? Let's go, everybody. Ready, up. What the fuck you doing? Who? To Jen or what? Eating? No, I was drinking water. Talking a lot gets me very thirsty. But I have to wash them out because it gets too dry on everywhere. Chupacaniva. Oh, fuck you, buddy. Ugh. Let's go to game 2.
Attack them now.
Attack them now. What it means? Well, Caniva is the name of a Brazil player, and chupa is just means like suck it. So like a translation would be like suck it, Caniva. But it's a meme. Like we do kill allowance and that shit. Let's go, J00r.
Attack them now.
Suck my thing. Is Jen here? There we go. We are ready for game number 2. This is Cool versus J00r in the VnsCool tournament. Again, same position. Interesting. At 4 we see Cool, and at 9 we see J00r again. Interesting to see the same position, however, it's not the same map at all. We can see now Cool has a much open area to deal with. Definitely much better that he was able to do this middle part is gonna be crucial considering all the open space. One gold mine and one stone mine on a very nice hill to put a forest on would be an interesting play. I think this for the defense would be a nice place from the side of J00r. You can see J00r on his side. It's already getting barracks on his base, so probably getting some respect and not getting that forward anymore. On the side we can see he got again 3 gold mines, 2 stones very close to his base, 2 more golds hidden and 1 more stone mine more in the middle. So Cool a little bit on the lower, I mean J00r on the upper hand again with a bit of the map. However, this map is way better to what Cool had in the first game, so I wouldn't say this is a disadvantage situation. It just means that he has a lot more resources to work on in the later game, which as we have seen, it's crucial. The villagers being pulled out swiftly right now, the towers being denied in here for the forest. Cool, J00r getting a nice forest in the front of the face, some barracks on the back, and the legions coming in his base, so he can see getting some units getting on his base, the forest coming on his side, not focusing the villagers on the legions. It's gonna be a very crucial mistake. The first legion finally intercepting the units, legions trying to get out into damage. Another tower, 2 towers being denied. This is an initial good loss from the side of Cool. He's losing a good amount of resources for these buildings that do not go up. And you can see already a nice forest from the side of J00r. J00r getting nice pressure on his side. 69 population against 60 population. So little by little, and the barrack we can see more and more coming on the top side. However, J00r is not falling behind, making some barracks on the top side as well. It's gonna be an interesting match. The fight being done in the middle. Legions coming off all the side. More towers coming from the legions of from the villagers of J00r, building towers like crazy. More barracks coming in here as well. So right now, this looks very favorable area for J00r. Gonna be able to get a lot of damage going on. The forest, the amount of towers in here, not nearly enough required for a good defense from the side of Cool. However, he's trying to push on the top side. A lot of barracks coming in this side as well. J00r getting some more barracks up. The population 130 against 130, both players in the same amount right now. So Cool losing little by little on this part, but winning on the top side again. You can see a nice forest being put on the hills. A lot of legions being in this part. Right now, a mall, okay, we can see a nice placement of the towers. This is the legions cannot reach these towers at all, so it's good, a good defense position on this side. J00r putting some barracks on the base at the preventive position. The legions finding them out though and killing them little by little. However, the middle part seems to be a position of J00r, but on the top side is being lost in favor of Cool. So one thing for the other, little by little. The towers, the legions are getting a bit too deep in my opinion. This might be dangerous because they might just get able to get through the economy, and it's gonna be a dangerous spot for J00r again. Cool getting a 180 population against 160 population, so J00r a bit behind again, I bet not nearly enough. J00r trying to get in, but this is a very bad engagement. The legions not really doing anything, just getting lost in the pathfinding. And now they're being pulled through right now. He realizes the danger is on the top side. The top side is the real danger now. This forest needs to be held out. You need the help of this forest to be able to do some damage on this part. But on the top side, the amount of legions coming from the side of J00r is already good enough to hold him the ground off. Cool. However, it seems both players trying to get into the economy part. 170 population against 190, so holding out his ground. Cool growing a little, but not that much. Again, Cool pulling his units one more time. Legion chasing him out, but might be a nice reaction in there. Just watching just in time before he can get inside the tower, the forest. Now coming on the top side, back again. We can see more barracks trying to be placed out, minimizing the space for these legions to walk around and have fun. We can see Cool is already out of food, but he has 47 on farm, so he's already has a good economy set up and more to grow in the time for sure. This little lion's getting in the way for the granary. Very nice play from the lion. And here we can see on the right side 160 against 184 for more units coming to support on the top side. And oh, these legions are just gonna die on badly for the units. But J00r is holding his ground on this part, little by little, but the barracks, the legions are just getting onto the top. They're gonna get into the economy, and it's gonna be a very bad situation. Jur cannot afford to lose villagers at this point that he's recovering his ground. We can see the middle part has become in a little stalemate. This forest has proven to be too strong for the cool legions to get in. So right now, very nice pull for these little units. 180 against 150, so that 20 unit difference is proving to be very crucial from the side of Jur. Jur just holding his ground one more time. This legion stuck on the berries, not being able to do anything. Legions, I changed my mind. Cool is going to in and is gonna get into the forest, it seems. He thinks there are no legions here. However, well, there are legions, and they are gonna try to support and get more time to this tower. More towers coming on from the side of Jur. Finally getting some advantage. Jur, cool, 160 population against 170. So finally Jur for the first time has the upper hand in the population count. And he's getting more, by the looks of it, more and more barracks, more and more farms. He needs to hold his ground. He needs to get more towers in this place. He only has 150 stone and 16 stone. Cool, over 1000 stone and 15 on stone. So he does get more defense in. He's gonna get more defense placed later on. Jur not being able to hold down this forest on the top side is already doing a very nice damage. The villagers repairing desperately, trying to kill this tower. Doesn't seem to be able to. Jur's gonna need more barracks and more towers in here if he wants to hold his ground. This is GG? Oh boy. For now, Jur seems to have the upper hand, so let's see if the population is able to stay that way, or is Jur just holding out barely. It seems that the legions being cleared out on here are going down. The towers on this part are coming. He needs better micro. He probably does. That's one of the things that's very important in deathmatch, to get a lot of micro going on. We might have a lot of resources, but every unit counts at this point, and you can see now that they don't have a full economy of 10,000 food, they have to build their own economy, and both players getting their food going. However, Jur not making any legions right now. He has 14 villagers queued. 14 villagers queued on this part. Villagers coming, and now he gets the legion. Finally. Now the population, that little pause gave Cool a lot of time, and now he's 200 population against 187. So both players massing up their units little by little. So the bottom side has been completely forgotten. The middle, it's a big stalemate with this forest in the middle. And then the top side seems to be the main action. The legions, the swarm of legion from Cool is just too big on this side. The forest, the towers are not nearly enough to be defended. More barracks coming on the top side. However, Jur not giving up. It's gonna push on the top side and try to get this part cut off. And this game is gonna be cut off. It's a very nice engagement in here. These towers, this forest might go down with all the amount of legions. This is a very good amount of legions. More towers coming on the forward side. Legions coming from this side, but this forest is doing an excellent job cleaning all these units, getting a lot of damage. But yeah, right now it seems the engagement from Cool very, I don't know, he seems to be doing good damage, but I don't know if it's nearly enough. Seems like he's gonna lose on the top side. He is losing the top side right now, so I'm not gonna be able to push in there anymore. We can see much more legions from Jur right now, but this part is already fading away. Now he's pulling his legions once again to the safety of the forest, and now the legion towers are gonna help him out in this engagement. More towers coming in the little part in the middle. 170 population against 190 population. So Cool coming back up with the population count, getting those little 20 units more up on the high side. However, the armies now look pretty balanced on this side. Let's take a quick peek at the economy. 136 and 105. Cool mining much more gold right now, so seems to be a much more better economy than Jur. Cool, 85 people on food against 77. Really, the combat, the good is not gonna be. It's gonna be a lot. It's not gonna be a problem with that amount of people. It's gonna be a KD gold game. It's look like it's gonna be that point. We're reaching that point where this gold is running out as well. You can see 700 on the bank is very little for the Chosen Wars. However, Cool has 4K, so with much better economy, 30 people against 8 people on gold. it's gonna be a better economy from the side of Cool. Cool pushing out with much more barracks on the top side as well. Not giving up on this part, keeping pushing up. He realizes all these parts are just boring stalemate. He could get in here really easily, actually. He just has not noticed. But on the other hand, they are still focused on the top side. More towers coming from the side. Cool out of stone. Finally, J00r would steal a lot of stone and still mining. 16 villagers mining stone, getting much more stone on this late game. We're starting to reach the point where these resources matter a lot. And he is making good use of it, putting a nice forest, holding his ground, not letting these legions getting any more. What is the KL? You win the KD? Let's take a look. It might be the same. You can see 853 from Cool, 895 from J00r. The racing is favoring Cool big time. But right now, pretty balanced on the kill cam from both players. No one really getting that advantage that they need. And now we are losing it. There we go, little by little, but there's already a forest from the side of Cool as well. So it's gonna be a harder engagement. He could try to get in from this side. It would be a very good engagement. He can easily get in here and get a lot of economy going on. But for now, oh, what the hell is going on? On the bottom side, the legions are going crazy from the side of Cool. Just swarming in without any consideration. J00r focusing too hard on the top side, and now he's losing bottom side too. And look at this right now, the legions. Oh no, 174 against 240. Cool, almost on the pop cap. Well, he's on the pop cap pretty much, but it doesn't seem to. J00r was prepared for this kind of attack, and now he just deleted the barracks and he's getting it without any problem. Incredible play. He did notice that there was a hole in this bar. And now, J00r desperately trying to move his villagers on his side. Now, legions. You can see there are almost no legion from either player in this part. They are all migrating to the bottom side. Barracks being built in desperation for defense in this side. The villagers not getting any unit get through. This barrack is gonna go down, unfortunately. J00r is not paying attention. And there he goes. And the villagers are getting killed for making those legions waste their time. Will this be a GG situation? We're about to see 230 population against 150. J00r definitely feeling the damage of that attack. The population being lost big time from the side of J00r. And right now, more farms and towers being placed out. Hopefully, luckily he has more stones in his bank, so he is still able to put some towers to defend himself on this part. But there are still plenty of legions. We can see Cool not wasting any time trying to get this gold going for his. But right now, it doesn't seem to be. This forest is fading away. There are so many legions, almost 100 in difference. This is gonna go down very badly. All I see is J00r right now. All I see is J00r and no more legion from blue. These are the legion from blue, but they're not nearly enough. J00r trying to get some damage, but even they are doing some bad painting and just being cleared out. We cannot afford this loser right now. Right now, it seems it is gonna be a bad game. Kinda holding his ground. Cool, getting all the resources he can get on his side. Getting a lot of, even chopping wood at his point. J00r, 70 people on wood. I mean, 70 wood on the back. Out of stone, out of gold, barely any food. On the other hand, look at the economy of Cool. Too much stone, too much gold, too much food, and definitely good enough wood to keep himself going and having a good economy. J00r, oh, the villagers are swarming in. Cool, trying to get these little stone mines that there are still untouched. There doesn't seem to be getting anything. Cool, J00r feeling the pressure. This is unfortunately GG. Cool finally gets in the economy, and J00r doesn't have anything anymore. The forest, the once mighty forest that was here, is completely disappeared, and there's nothing defending, and the legions can just get in without any problem. The amount of forest on the side of J00r of Cool is no problem. 240 population against 120. This is done. Cool is already on the economy and is gonna get in without any problem. More legions trying to support, but they are fighting a lost battle. There is nothing to do, and George just calls it GG. Very tough spot. He had a very nice start, but unfortunately, the little battles, we can see that there's no issue. There were some issues in those battles. This engagement, I think this engagement was pretty bad. He had a lot of army, which I was surprised that he was, but he was not able to get through, and he could have easily gone through this part as well. The bottom side was kind of forgotten without any real reason. There were some buildings in here, but would have been an easy engagement for either player to just get in. This was naturally walled with some berries, unfortunately, but so he was not gonna be able to get through. But maybe he could have. Maybe put some units in here, or who knows. It's pretty easy to tell, but it's pretty easy to talk. Regardless, it was a very good game. So for now, let's take a look at the economy. You can see the kills favor Cool almost a little bit. The racings, it's a big difference. The economy, 5 more K of gold, so Cool had more gold income. It's interesting to see because I did say that J00r had more gold mines, but looks like that was not the case. Pretty balanced game, and little by little it was swifting towards Cool. Let's go for the third one. Now, second game is up, and right now we are going for the third one. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the third game. Let's see if J00r can make a nice comeback. Or oh, what the hell? Or is this gonna be a 3-0 from the side of Cool? No, some seems like they've been kicked out. There we go. This is match point for VnsCool, and let's see if Cool's gonna be able to 3-0 or we're gonna see a comeback from J00r. Let's see if we can get more games out.
Attack them now.
Check them now. Let's go. Good luck, have fun, everybody. You can go on tonight. Ooh, Dutch really is a troll, so don't worry. We are waiting on Jen. Let's see. And we are ready. Let's go. Game number 3. Final game for Cool. And we are live again now with the positions inverted. All at night we see Cool and J00r. We got it at 4. The map. Oh, this is a weird map. This hill is gonna be crucial for the defense, in my opinion. Cool just put some towers in here with some barracks, and it's gonna be an impenetrable defense with good amount. 2 hills actually. On the other hand, we see J00r having very little unit, very little space actually to work around. Not many places where he can paint. They are gonna have to fight for this area, and this area favors Cool with this part. So they might have to try to spread out, or maybe just call a restart. Let's see if they're gonna call a restart. Doesn't seem to be any way they would have called it at this point. Cool getting the first legions out. You would restart, however, yeah, I think I would restart as well, because this is a very disfavorable area for J00r. Too many cramped spaces for him to work around. The first barracks already coming up. J00r, as we can see, Cool doing the tower in here, so he's probably gonna get a forest in here. And you can see little by little the forest is growing. This is gonna be very hard to defend once the legions are out. It's too late now for the restart call. Now this is gonna be what they got. More barracks coming from the side on the left side. So J00r's gonna try to defend on the fight all this area. More towers coming. Very hard situation. The first tower is coming from the side of J00r, but J00r is gonna be a very tough spot for him. This is a very much better engagement for him for sure. These towers, this is gonna do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Cool has a very good map for his defense. The barracks not nearly enough. The forest, this is gonna put a forest in his defense, but this is not gonna be nothing compared to the amount. There's already a big amount and more growing on this side. Just capitalism putting towers like crazy on this hill, and look at the damage. The engagement here is terrible for J00r. J00r does not have this area at all. He's gonna lose it eventually. So many barracks, so many legions, so many towers. Pretty much 2 forests on this side, one in every hill. More towers coming in this hill as well. Already picking them on stone. J00r as well, trying to get some stone on his side as well. 20 population from J00r against 100 population from Cool. So looks like he might be able to do some damage, but look at this. Look at the swarm of shots coming from the forest. He has to pull out, unfortunately. And this, look little by little, it's gonna be a matter of time. This is gonna get so much time for Cool to defend himself. A nice heal on the defense coming from the side of J00r, trying to get a heal for himself as well. Let's see if this is gonna be able to hold. But this ground is a very dangerous one, because the units coming like crazy. Very nice heal, very nice tower placement in here, putting in the hill. It's gonna be hard for those legions to reach out. However, this is the main important area. I'd say you have to defend this area. You cannot lose this area at all. More and more barracks coming on inside the map, looking more in favor with J00r in blue presence coming up. However, the engagement here, it's much more better from the side of Cool. This little forest is not gonna do a lot to help in these legions, and this amount of towers just too big. We can see 150 population against 170 population. J00r keeping his ground though. The population count big time from the side of J00r. Right now, holding the amount he requires. Putting up some more towers in this top side. Very nice idea. Gonna get him a lot more units in, a lot more defense and going down, so he doesn't get trespassed that easily. You can see this part completely unprotected from the side of J00r. J00r putting some farms in here, and they're just sharing this little ground by like friends. In this part, it seems that the legions are too big from the side, but they cannot get through the amount of units coming on this side. Doing a nice engagement, getting one tower down from the side of Cool. But right now, J00r 180 against 175. The population has balance between both players. So right now it's gonna be a stalemate. However, on the top side, much more legions coming from this side. Gonna be able to get this force down. Is J00r doing a backdoor at 12? No, he's doing some farms. And you can see Cool is just putting a town center. And they're just okay. Destroy a farm. But we can see right now the fights just coming in these parts in the middle. In here, very nice, very balanced engagement. J00r holding his ground despite not having that many towers anymore. And on the top side, losing a little by little, but having enough legions to defend himself. He cannot let this part be lost, and this part being lost as well. The towers are coming from the side of Cool. J00r losing too many units to the tower, and that's what's killing the game for Cool. Cool 170 Jur against 170 population against 185. Cool getting the upper hand again. There are not that many units from the side. No more Q. Okay, the Q is started from coming again from the side of J00r. One tower coming to destroy these villagers little by little. Poor villagers gonna deny these farms. Some legions swarping in this part. But just, oh no, they're just getting through. And no, houses being destroyed. Some barracks being placed in defense. Very nice plays from the side of J00r. Very nice defense going on in here. It's gonna get him a lot more time. The legions gonna be denied to walk through, and the engagement are they're going to destroy the barracks in here. Nicely played from the side of J00r. Cool, getting almost 50 population advantage. He's already getting more numbers, and he's just pushing through. This village is trying to build something, but being denied horribly. More towers coming up for sure. Not gonna be able to do anything at all. This is gonna be a terrible situation from the side. The barracks being cleaned out. This part is being lost horribly. And Cool is without any problem. Almost 200 population. His base is pretty much untouched. J00r having to play a defensive game. This tower is not getting any value, unfortunately. No attack being gone in this part. But it looks like this is gonna be a very dead game. The overchop coming. This is a very important overchop, because if they do get through, the legions are gonna be able to swarm in without any problem at all. And looks like they're gonna be in any second now. Both top side holding his ground with some legion. The bottom side is the one with problems. No barracks in here to defend. Only 6 barracks. There's not nearly enough to get the amounts of units that are coming on this side. The hills are proving to be too troublesome. These walls, this pathing doesn't allow them. He could destroy this barrack and get them units on the back, but God, I just realized this shit. I'm going too fast. On this side, this could have been destroyed, and he could have easily been able to help out with some legion here, but the legions are just getting through, and more villagers are gonna try to get the resources. Towers coming though. More towers coming to assert the terrain that he just obtained. And J00r just calls it a very unfortunate situation. This was a very bad map. This was a very bad map for J00r, unfortunately. Would have liked him to see on a better map. Maybe a restart would have been good. Because he is way too crammed. You can see the barracks in here had no way to reach this part. He only had this path, and that's a lot of pathing to do. And you can see the hills. These towers, unfortunately, not getting that much damage. The placement here was in big favor of Cool. You can see these towers. I'd say these towers were the winning factor, because they just did so much for Cool. They were able to just hold its ground without any problem. J00r was not able to push through in any way. Next, on this forest as well, on the top side, it was very hard for him to push through. So Cool just put towers, hold his ground, get his economy, and then he was able to push anytime soon. There is another game tonight, and this will be into round 2, so we can start. Ah, very nice. So we're another game in 2 hours by the looks of it. So, and that's gonna be the end of round 2, and we'll be going for round 3. Pretty quick tournament that we're doing right now. Gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be RJ because and Casey Blitz 1 hour. I have a different time zone, that's why. In 1 hour, so for that, be sure that's gonna be casted by Veritas, ¿verdad? Right? By Veritas Mortis casting that one. Awesome sauce then. So until this, I guess we'll see you in an hour with Veritas and get the final game of the round 2. So for now, that's gonna be it, everybody. Let's take a look at the economy. 596 against 456. They're racing again. It's an important part that's getting Cool got the victory, and the timeline very favorable for Cool, little by little. The gold though, the economy is interesting to see now. J00r like kind of focus on it. I don't know if that's like a misclick that he will try to focus a little too hard on the gold. But it's very nice to see. Let's put the final score. That's gonna be a 3-0. And that's gonna be it, everyone. Let's see if I can raid you with someone. Well, there's already cool, but let's rate it with JQ, okay? School has already a lot of spectators. No problem, Jen. It was an interesting games. Always fun to see. Raid Shadow Legends. Cachise.
Moving on, because next up we have something equally as annoying, if not more annoying, depending on who you ask, and that is the Air Razorang.